everyone, it's Susie here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms. For today's video, we're going to take a look at our dev insights. Let's get into this Q&A. Alright, so we have responses from questions from the 9th through the 22nd of September, so a pretty big period here. It's a long one, so I'm gonna do my best to be really selective about these. I'm gonna start with the first one because it is a big issue that we've had a lot of discussions on. And so I'm just gonna see what their reply is here. So the current guild versus guild tower map is too easy. It's not fun at all. I believe most overlord level guilds will agree to this. I have reached out to several other guild leaders and we all have the same idea. We think the developers have overcompensated for the difficulty of Seasons 4 Ingrid issue. I think an easy solution for this would be give us the option on which map we want to use for our towers and keeps. At this, we have 3 options for towers, one being the second option for keeps. I think we could choose from 2 for each. That would make it feel like a more personalized and unique for each player. This way players could utilize champions they have and not rely on a heavy meta for like Ingrid in Season 4. For example, if we could choose us from Season 1 tower and the Season 5 tower for our towers to make a lot of people happier, that way they could have more options to build decent teams. For example, we could choose from the 2 options that we've had so far. So an option to choose which map layout you want to use for your defense in guild versus guild. I think that's cool. Sounds good to me. What do you guys think? I think that sounds cool. All right, they say, thank you, commanders, for your suggestion. We have also taken notes of everybody's feedback regarding the strategy involved in maps and gameplay. We will continue to pay attention and make optimizations and adjustments in future updates. I know this is kind of like a general, yes, we'll pay attention, yes, we'll work on it kind of response, but it's true, honestly. They do really keep adjusting and changing guild versus guild. They brought new maps, they have made adjustments, they changed demon soldiers, and they have been ever since it first came out, even way before on Forerunners. So I do think guild versus guild or guild war is an ever-changing and evolving thing, and they do genuinely pay attention to the feedback. So it's interesting, right? So this is the same comment in reply to the next one, just talking about adding variety to the maps and the strategies. All right, so also regarding Guild War, it would be nice if either a slightly quicker regen of token to use for a demon soldier or a little more time. We now have a bigger map and a lot more distance to travel in the same amount of time. It makes a lot harder to attack given the time that goes down very quickly. Yeah, I noticed that I was timing out of like all my battles the last time I was running, and I didn't even realize that's why. It's just a different map and it takes longer to get through. So they did say here, for the new map we recently launched, we will take the map size into consideration and may extend the time limit for battles. So that's interesting. I like that reply, right? That's interesting. They might extend the time limit for battles for that particular map. Yeah, I was having that so much trouble with that. There was a lot of ones where I would have won if I only had like 5 or 10 more seconds. So I would love that. All right, next one here. For nearly all content you have to have legendary heroes or some very specific hero. What about some challenges based on epics? There could be a tower or a city even, like Void Rift, where you have to use epics the higher you get. Stage 1, 5 legendaries are allowed in. Stage 10, only epics are allowed. This would be add some usage and glory to the epics and bring some new challenges to us. So this is something Dragonair actually does. Dragonair has that sort of like or Raid Shadow Legends with their secret rooms in Doom Tower. Dragonair and Fae Meander with the Labyrinth of Curiosities, where you can like only use 1 legendary, only use 0 legendaries, you know, like different stipulations. They did say we are also designing similar gameplay content to allow more heroes to participate, and we appreciate your suggestions. I don't know if that means yes on an only epic challenge type thing at all, but I guess we'll find out. All right, we've talked about team presets related to gear and everything before, so let's read this one. Saving gear has been great, although it would have been even better if you can save sets in groups or have subsets together. For example, Guild Boss 1, Nightmare 4, all heroes sets saved in one group, and have another group for gear for Guild Boss 2, like Titanic Ruins, Apocalypse 1 group, another one for ones for AoE Arena, etc. Even with saving gear, it takes an eternity to switch between content. They said saving gear may remain limited to guild versus guild for a short time, but we will consider adding it to the boss rush and PvP in the future. So boss rush meaning Immortal Codex. Oh, that'd be great. And PvP. So arena, saved gear sets. Are we already getting that or no? I don't even know anymore. If I thought we were, maybe not. But all right, anyway, it won't be added to other modes for now. So Immortal Codex and Arena and Guild versus Guild. I guess those are the first spots to get that kind of a team preset feature. All right, yeah, this is a good suggestion here that I feel like we might have had before, but I'm not sure. There are too many flat stats and as the main stat attributes instead of percentage-based attributes. What could be implemented is a forge system whereby you submit a certain number of a specific gear item and then get back a single gear item with more preferred attributes. I'm sure someone more intelligent than I would come up with a method and system for this. Also, ancient gear should have really good stats, but I've found that as of late, the stats have been really poor, with blue-colored attributes on some, multiple flat stats on others. I myself, along with others, have shared their gear on chats and quite upset about this, with ancient gear being so rare and seldom received that when you do get a piece, it should be near enough always have to have useful attributes and stats, but as I've stated, it's not the case as of late. So this is a reply saying, we will consider implementing the related feature. So the idea of like putting 3 pieces of bad gear in and getting 1 piece out, right? It's not a bad idea. It still would have RNG to it. And it should have a higher percent chance at least, or it could only a limited, it can't only like put in 3 or 4 pieces of gear and always get an attack percentage or crit damage percentage, whatever, you know, like it can't be that easy. Because then, I mean, we farm a ton, so you would just be giving yourself perfect gear all the time. There still has to be some RNG, I think, or else it's too easy to get the highest, best gear. That's the balance too, is people think they want to get the best gear as fast as possible, but then when there's no reason to farm anymore, you say there's nothing to do in the game and then people are bored. But you have to have reasons to make people still farm. That's the struggle with this type of gacha, is it kind of depends on people still needing to farm. All right, this is, I want to suggest to put a random legendary card on the 365-day reward achievement. Playing this game for so long is a big achievement, and it should be also rewarded. View it as like a birthday reward. So they said we will consider adding anniversary account rewards, likely obtainable through achievements. I mean, they have anniversary events last year. They already, like, they did a ton. But I guess for every one person's account, when you log in on day 365 and then every year after, it doesn't necessarily be the anniversary of the game because not everybody started at launch. So whenever your account, hits the anniversary, it's not a bad idea. Okay, I love this one. There are a few comments about skin ideas, and this one made me laugh because I feel the same. The Salazar skin opened the games for a direction that I'm not really interested in seeing. I really like the game's dark fantasy vibes, and I'd rather it remains lore relevant. Salazar's entire lore is based around him being red. It makes no sense for him to have a white and blue skin. It makes no sense for the game settings to have him have an electric guitar. Not all ideas need to get past the drawing table. There are good ways to do whimsical, and bad ways. This is the latter. Yeah, I hate that skin. I think it's so cheesy. And they say, thank you for the suggestion. Future skin designs will be more closely aligned with the heroes' backstories and the game's world view. So that would be good if they can tie in extra nods to the lore in a new skin. But it's kind of hard. It's like, I would think the character looks like their lore as it is, right? So how can they, I don't know. Maybe something related to other characters' lore and how they work around it. All right, here's another GVG fix. Hi, I participate in a high-ranked GVG content. In those situations, keep track of the time left for the attack. Or if you want to coordinate, for example, maul hook with an axe attack, it's really important to check the timer while clicking on the demons or enemy heroes. So my suggestion is to move the timer to the center of the UI where the blue arrow points. This way you could always be visible, which is really important. Thanks in advance. You can even use the arena timer, which fits perfectly in the spot. So this is a good suggestion with, like, or a good complaint while providing a literal direct solution, which I really like. It's always nice when people give a way to fix it as well. So that's clever. They did say the corresponding adjustment has been arranged and will no longer block the view. So if you've noticed that the timer gets blocked, they are fixing that. Okay, we're going to continue all the GVG-ness. So the gap between the amount of points you get when you win a GVG fight plus 15 base versus the amount you lose when you're defeated minus 7 base is very volatile and has to be revised because you can end up getting plus 21 from a win and minus 7 from a loss. That is a 28-point difference, which is too rewarding for the winner and too punishing for the loser. Maybe a 10-point base for the winner and a plus 5-point base for the loser would make more sense and would be a more fair approach. Guilds who are supposed to be at the top take advantage of the current point system and lose on purpose so they can get an easier opponent next round, or they stay right outside Overlord rank so they can push the last 2 games of the week and get an easy Overlord ranking. In the end, such a volatile point system results not reflecting the actual performance of each guild. Eventually, due to the severe amount of effort it takes to recruit, prepare, and compete, Overlord-worthy guilds who will be Overlord-worthy guilds will unfairly stay out of it, right? But yeah, they say they'll quit. But yeah, it's I never thought about that, honestly. Like, I'm in a guild that, yeah, we hope we get Overlord, but we don't obsess about it, or we don't stress about it. I wanted to be that way, and I'm really glad that we are now, honestly, because it's just too much to try to... I don't want to be in the top rank guild or going against the top rank Krakens. It's just, I only Kraken so hard. If you guys think I'm even close to being a whale, well, there's a lot of people that certainly put me to shame, so yeah. They do say we have dealt with this issue and it will be launched in a future version though. So they are working on the points difference. The points with guild versus guild wins or losses is going to change. Yay. This is another clever one. So can we enter and watch when someone attacks us in GVG? Like when the sword icon is shown on our defense, can we click it and enter as a spectator mode similar to Clash of Clans? They said we'll consider adding it in future versions, but more urgent optimizations may take priority. Yeah, that'd be cool. Watch your defense get attacked, like, as a spectator. I mean, you could watch the battle afterward, though. So it's there, at least. It's not live. Alright, and I think that kind of wraps it up. So definitely a very Guild War-focused chat there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.